Okay, I'd like to talk about the Congressional baseball practice assassination attempt, and that's exactly what it was. I'm also wearing my President's holster by We the People holsters. I got it in February, haven't had time to review it yet. Anyway, drinking coffee from my Mickey Mouse cup today. Okay, I would literally need to have a map and little bullet points, and I would need to talk about this bullet went there, that bullet went there, this guy got hit here, that guy got hit there, this guy fall down here, okay? It's very, very, very difficult to analyze a shooting, okay? It takes many experts, many hours to piece together a shooting in the aftermath. If they go thousands of witness testimonies and sort out fact and fiction, blah, 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 and even the most high-profile shootings in the world, you know, the Miami shooting, the gunfight, the OK Corral, they can sometimes have discrepancies in reports and things like that. So this is not going to be an in-depth analysis of the shooting. Anyway, well, I like to talk about the climate in this country. And there's a video by Deneen Borelli, who follows me, by the way, on Twitter, Vinny's914. And Deneen Borelli was really, really, really friggin' hammering. I'm gonna see if I can find a link somewhere. It's on our official Facebook page. That I know. She was really hammering it home to these friggin' people. Okay. Now we have conspiracy theorists in this world. Okay. And then there are the uber lunatic fanatical conspiracy theorists. I'll give you an example. Some guys were saying this. I was watching a video one time, and the guy was talking about how the Sandy Hook shooting was staged, okay? Then the guy said the Boston Marathon bombing was also staged. Okay. Fine. And Rosie O'Donnell. Rosie O'Donnell literally believes, I'm not even joking when I say this shit, she literally believes that someone planted bombs in the basement of the World Trade Center, and the planes hit the towers the next day, and the bombs were set off because fire cannot melt metal. Rosie O'Donnell actually said that it's impossible for fire to melt metal. I guess she's never been to a steel plant or seen someone welding. But Rosie O'Donnell believes that someone, probably the U.S. government, put explosives in the basement of the World Trade Center, and they weren't picked up on surveillance tapes, they weren't picked up by the night watchmen, they weren't picked up by the custodians, but they put bombs inside the structures of the World Trade Center, and the planes hit, and because fire can't melt metal, the bombs were detonated, and the government wants us to believe the planes knocked the towers down. Okay? Rosie O'Donnell actually believes that shit. I'm not even joking. Okay? And there are these conspiracy theorists who go further than Rosie O'Donnell. They go into physical action. Okay? For instance, there was a conspiracy theorist who believed that a pizzeria was holding sex slaves. So rather than call the police and report it, he went there with a rifle and started shooting people. Okay? There are people like this in this fucking world. Now, you have politicians who, from the pulpit, rant and rave about conspiracies. Okay? They honestly believe that Vladimir Putin rigged the election, and that's why we have the president. They honestly believe the president is a KGB agent taking orders from Vladimir Putin. Okay? Maxine Waters, who proudly sympathized with the LA rioters when the LA rioters beat a man in the face with a brick, wants the president impeached. They don't know why they want the president impeached, but they just do. Okay? And they are literally having hearings, and they're actually doing this shit where they are convinced that the Russian government is controlling this country. Okay? And you have celebrities and news reporters. You have news reporters who, from their desk in the so-called newsroom on live television, are talking about conspiracies, talking about the KGB and the president, and he's Putin's puppet, and Putin's got his hand up his ass, and I mean, and they're ranting on them like crazy. Okay? To make matters worse, you have politicians who are on their official Twitter pages who are verified, their verified Facebook fan pages, their verified Instagram accounts, who are coming out in videotapes saying, it's them, no doubt about it. And you have Robert De Niro, who said he wants to punch the president in the face. You have Mickey Rourke, who said he wants to beat the president with a bat. You have Madonna, who said, this is on camera, she thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House. Okay? You have Kathy Griffin, who holds a bloody, decapitated president's head like an ISIS fighter. And then you can tell by the apology she gave that the Secret Service had talked to her right before the apology, because she's like white as a ghost in the apology. And then Kathy Griffin went out and got Lisa Bloom. Lisa Bloom is Gloria Allred's daughter. Lisa Bloom and her mother are far-left, uber-left-wing advocates that have law degrees. They never in their life represented a male client, and they only represent female clients and female clients that can further their agenda. And Lisa Bloom held a anti-Trump rally in the form of a press conference. At the press conference, anti-Trump rally, she's basically saying, the president defunded Planned Parenthood, the president is embarrassing this country. What's that got to do with your client making a terroristic threat? Okay? And she actually said, my client is being targeted because she's a woman. I heard a long time ago, the Secret Service gets 1,300 threats a year against the president. I saw a documentary where the Secret Service guy is talking to the reporter, and the reporter says, how do you know what to take seriously? And the Secret Service agent said, we take every threat seriously. Okay? So, yeah. And Lisa Bloom honestly expects us to believe that the Secret Service is bothering her client because her client is a woman. The threat had nothing to do with it. Okay? And it's, I want to punch you in the face. Snoop Dogg had a video where he takes a Joker-style gun and shoots President the Clown. Bow Wow, Master P's son, said something about pimping the First Lady on Twitter. Okay? And it's every fucking day, I'm going to punch you in the face. I'm going to shoot you. I'm going to stab you. I'm going to rape your wife. Okay? Every fucking day this is going on. And this is celebrities, politicians, news reporters. Okay? This is famous people that have a very, very large pulpit to preach from. You have speeches in colleges. Okay? You don't like the speech, either don't go to it, or during the speech, stage an alternate speech outside where you talk about your own ideas. Okay? No, they don't want. They want to riot. They want to loot. They want to set fires. Okay? You had a guy that was hit in the head with a lock, and the suspect is a fucking college professor. Okay? And every 5 minutes, fuck him, punch him in the face, kill him, rape his wife. The founding fathers gave us the First Amendment because they wanted us to disagree, but they didn't give us the First Amendment because they wanted us to punch each other in the face and shoot each other and blow up the White House. I mean, this is fucking crazy. And this individual is a total fucking psychopath, lunatic, who decided to transfer these conspiracy theories into action. And he went to the Congressional baseball game practice. Now, prior to this, I never even heard of this game. The game's 109 years old. I never heard of it. And not a lot of guys knew about the practice, and not a lot of guys knew where and when it was going to be. But this individual went to the practice. Hold on 1 second. Rep. Ron DeSantis from Florida and Jeff Duncan from South Carolina were leaving the practice early because they wanted to get back to work, whatever they were doing. And an individual came to them and said, are those Republicans or Democrats? Oh, those Republicans. Okay, thank you. And this happens a lot. You got guys in Washington, D.C., and they want to talk to their congressman. Well, it happens. So they didn't think anything of it. A couple hours later, they find the shooting happened, and then they released a photo of the suspect. Oh my God, that's the guy they asked about. Yeah. He probably was not acting suspicious in front of them. He probably went to his car and got his gun after they left. But I heard a guy on the Fox News official Facebook page say it was an AK-47. He could tell by the distinct shape in the clip, okay? And then the news said AR-15 because they always say that. So what happens is it ended up being an SKS model. And I'm like, is it an SKS model with a tactical magazine, or is it an SKS Model D, or is it a regular SKS model? But he takes his SKS rifle and he goes to the fenced-in area. And the fence is locked. I don't know if it's security or privacy, but it's locked. And from the fenced-in area, and there's a video that doesn't show much, but a couple of guys running back and forth. But you hear a lot of screaming and gunshots in the background. And you can tell it was semi-automatic gunfire by bang, click, bang, pause, bang, okay? Very, very scary. And he puts the rifle through the hole of the fence and he starts popping off people. And there's guys ducking, there's guys running, there's guys ducking, there's guys covering, there's guys running here, running there. Congressman Scalise, who was the majority whip, was hit in the hip and he has a very, very bad wound. He is expected to recover, thank God. Because let's face it, no one deserves to die like that. Okay, I'm sorry. No one deserves to die like that. They just don't. And he was trying to drag himself to safety. There was someone's 10-year-old son there. Now, contrary to popular belief, not every member of Congress gets a bodyguard. Only certain individuals get bodyguards at certain times, okay? And Rep. Scalise is the majority whip. And he was entitled to 2 bodyguards. And his bodyguards were Capitol Police agents Crystal Griner and David Bailey. And these individuals were on the scene to protect him. And if he was not on the team, they wouldn't have been there, and they think everybody would have died. So they start engaging him. Agent Griner is hitting the ankle. Now, I've had ankle surgery a couple of times. Right? I was born with a bad ankle. 5, 6, and 20. I've had ankle surgery. My ankle's fine now. Ankles hurt. You remember in 2008, there was a Chinese guy at the Olympics. He was trying to run, but he twisted his Achilles tendon. He hurt his Achilles tendon, and he's trying to force himself to. He's doing the practice runs in the track. He ain't gonna make it. And I'm like, okay, I actually get cringy when I hear an ankle injury. Now, Agent Griner, Crystal Griner, had an ankle injury. And this is a 7.62 by 39 bullet. I don't know if it hit this, ricochet there, but ankle injuries are bad. And she was able to lean up against her car and continue engaging the suspect. Agent Bailey was shot, continued to engage. When the suspect went down, he went and checked on Congressman Scalise before doing anything else. Okay, and that takes a lot of balls. Okay, you know, ironically, I didn't know about this incident until later in the day, but ironically, less than an hour after this incident took place, I ran in front of a taxi cab because a taxi cab was coming around the band running a red light, and there were about a half a dozen pedestrians in the road, and I didn't know if the taxi cab was going to stop or not, so I ran in front of it. And I've done it before, and I'll do it again. I'll probably do it again next week. There are people in this world that they don't want to tell their charges family that they failed. Death is a perfectly acceptable alternative. Okay, and that's why you have firemen that run into. There's a very famous photo of a fireman. He's going into a window, and the window's engulfed in flame. He's still going in. Okay, and we have all these. You know, you see soldiers. I've seen American soldiers in the Middle East. They have Muslim civilians sitting down in the grass, and they're sitting in front of the Muslim civilians with their rifles drawn. Okay, we've seen the airport shooting a few months, last year. There's the airport shooting, and the police got everybody down on the ground, and the police standing in front of everybody with the guns drawn. Okay, there are people in this world that would gladly, without any hesitation, put themselves in danger. Okay, I ran in front of a oncoming SUV to protect the pregnant woman. If I had to do it again, I would. Last year, another pregnant woman, she was getting her daughter off the bus. She's fat pregnant, and the car was making a hard turn. My instinct was to step directly in front of the woman. The car stopped. There was no real danger, but Alexa, stop, please. My timer, I'm running low on memory for this. Alexa, stop. Alexa, stop. I'm running low on memory. And that's just it. I mean, it really is scary and really is sickening. And it really is terrifying. I'm just fucking sick of this. Okay? Because you've got guys now that are absolute fucking psychopaths, and now they're transferring the fantasies that are being propagated by public officials and celebrities. And they're in their fucking brain, which is already fucked to begin with, they're putting this information to kill people. And people are being shot, and people can die as a result of this shit. And thank the sweet Lord Jesus no one died that day. Because that could have been the biggest political assassination in American history. Thank God this guy was stopped. Okay, thank you.